What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. Today we're talking about this.
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
Well, I can't let you go without a follow-up on that. So you think they're demons?
Well, look, I think that celestial beings who fly around, who do weird things to people, I think that the desire to describe everything celestial, everything as otherworldly, to describe it as aliens. I mean, every great world religion, including Christianity, the one that I believe in, has understood that there are weird things out there, and there are things that are very difficult to explain. And I naturally go, when I hear about sort of extra natural phenomenon, that's where I go to, is the Christian understanding that, there's a lot of good out there, but there's also some evil out there. And I think that one of the devil's great tricks is to convince people he never existed.
Please hit that like button, Vetters. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. All right, so what's today's video about? Well, it's about Vice President J.D. Vance with some viral comments about aliens that he recently gave on a show called The Benny Show. More of a political conversation, but of course, aliens comes up, and what J.D. Vance had to say, everyone is talking about. Why? Because J.D. Vance is the Vice President of the United States of America, right? Arguably the second most powerful person in the world. And he gave his opinion on what he actually thinks aliens are. And I see a divided line, right? A lot of people are, that's not it, it's this, it's that, everyone trying to identify the unidentifiable. So we're going to jump into these viral comments by J.D. Vance and go over it. But before we get to that, I got to keep the mics on, y'all. So let me introduce the sponsor for today's video. Annoyed with all those misleading healthy meals that are anything but? Tired of locking in for another New Year's trend? Green Chef cuts through the noise as the trusted authority in clean eating, delivering only real farm-sourced ingredients you can actually feel good about. Trust every single bite. With over 40 clean, customizable weekly recipes, Green Chef gives you real peace of mind. Every box comes packed with certified organic produce and responsibly sourced proteins and seafood. No ultra-processed fillers ever. You get science-backed nutrition tailored to your goals. Mediterranean, high protein, high fiber, plant-based, and more. All clinically proven to support healthier habits. And the convenience? They do the research, the meal planning, and the grocery shopping for you. Just low prep, low mess meals that fit any lifestyle. Plus, Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit out there, cutting food waste by up to 45% versus regular grocery shopping, and offsetting 100% of delivery emissions. I use Green Chef, and you should too. Head to greenchef.com/50vetted and use code 50vetted to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 more months with free shipping. That's code 50vetted at greenchef.com/50vetted. All right, I'm going to play the clip from J.D. Vance, and then we'll talk about it.
You're going to release all the UFO files?
We're working on it. It's funny. When I came in, I was obsessed with the UFO files. And then you start getting really busy worrying about the economy and national security and things like that. But I've still got 3 more years as vice president. I will get to the bottom of the UFO files.
Okay. Have you peeked? Have you done a peek?
Have I what?
Have you done a peek? Have you
So I actually haven't. I have
full
not.
Independence Day.
I have not been able to spend enough time on this to really understand it. Yeah. But I am going to. Trust me. I'm obsessed with this. I've already had a couple of times where I'm like, all right, we're going to Area 51. We're going out to New Mexico. We're going to sort of get to the bottom of this. And then the timing of the trip just didn't work out. But trust me, anybody who's curious about this, I'm more curious than anybody. And I've got 3 years of the very, very tippy top of the classification. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, so you haven't been to Area 51 yet?
Not yet.
Some
not
people
yet.
say they keep the UFOs in Ohio.
Hangar 18, Hangar 18, right?
I've
heard that as well. But I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, we're waiting for it. We saw aliens.gov.
You know me.
We saw aliens.gov.
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
Well, I can't let you go without a follow-up on that. Because Barack Obama is on this podcast and he goes, yeah, aliens are real, but here's where they're not. And
I did not.
And so Obama says
I didn't
yes,
hear that
aliens.
one.
He gets asked point blank, are aliens realistic? Oh yeah. And then he goes, but they're not at Area 51. And
Well, where are they?
Well, that's what he says. Okay. Right. There's a great question.
I need
Trump
to see
had to go
this-
save
I
him,
need
and
to
he
see
said
this
he's going to
podcast.
declassify.
Okay.
So you think they're demons?
Well, look, I think that celestial beings who fly around, who do weird things to people, I think that the desire to describe everything celestial, everything as otherworldly, to describe it as aliens. I mean, every great world religion, including Christianity, the one that I believe in, has understood that there are weird things out there, and there are things that are very difficult to explain. And I naturally go, when I hear about sort of extra natural phenomenon, that's where I go to, is the Christian understanding that, there's a lot of good out there, but there's also some evil out there. And I think that one of the devil's great tricks is to convince people he never existed.
All right. So I got a lot of thoughts here. And, I've been thinking about this in my response to this. Everyone's going to have their own opinion on this, because that's all it is an opinion. So I'm neither right nor wrong here. It's just what I think. Now, let's start with the first part of the clip where he's like, I'm obsessed with this, but I haven't looked into it. Right? No matter how curious you are, I'm more curious. But I doubt it. Right? If it's so important and you're obsessed with this, you haven't done anything? You haven't looked into it? He's been saying he's going to look into this for a long time. We're going to get to the bottom of this, right? That's a very weird thing, considering what you think it is, right? Again, let's bring this all together. So at the end, he's saying he thinks, aliens are demons or otherworldly, right? From a Christian perspective. So you think there's proof that Christianity is real and you haven't looked into it? It's right there for you to find out about it and you haven't looked into it? Make that make sense. Right? Wouldn't that be the most important discovery in the history of mankind? And you're saying you just haven't looked into it, but you're obsessed with it? I get it. And this is the problem. People are obsessed, but they're not convinced either. Right? It's one of those surface level convinced. Yeah, I think it's happening. But really you don't. Because if you did, you'd go look, you know what I mean? You'd go looking. If he really thought the government was hiding proof that his religion was real, he would be all over it. It just doesn't make any sense, right? If you ask me, this is a weird contradiction that exists, not just from J.D. Vance, but from a lot of different people, right? I think they just see it as fun and entertainment, which you can tell by the conversation. It's they're just laughing. This is how people treat, and I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's more entertainment for J.D. Vance. I really don't believe he thinks they're demons. I really don't even think he's obsessed in the same way you get obsessed with a TV show. You know what I mean? He's like binge watching, right? Essentially, he's like binge researching. But he has the power to go to these places and put an end to this once and for all, and he hasn't done it yet. Again, how does that make any sense at all? Right? I mean, tell me your opinion in the comments. I can't wait to read the comments on this. Well, he's got more important things to worry about. I get that. But again, wouldn't this be the most important thing to worry about? That's what we're told. It's life change. It'll change humanity. Greatest discovery of all time. And yet we're just going to put it on the back burner. Timelines haven't worked out. My schedule hasn't worked out. What? Move your schedule around. People have moved their schedule around for far less things, right? I mean, this just, again, doesn't make any sense. Well, we got this to worry about, I get that. But if you found out about this, wouldn't that help those other things you're working on? Right? So again, I just kind of see it as they don't take this as seriously as you think they do. And I think a lot of it's just PR and it gets support. Right? People get obsessed and it helps you go viral now to talk about aliens, and people know that, right? And it's just a political game. That's what I see it as. It's just a political game. Because again, you could You have arguably the second most powerful person in the world who could put an end to all of this, like he's saying, and his schedule just hasn't worked out. Right? And then he's like, well, I just think they're demons and you think you could know, right? According to you, you could find out these things, right? One, you need to establish that there is something going on. And then two, you give your opinion of what you think that thing is that's happening. But number one hasn't even been established yet. People want to skip over number one, which is proving that aliens or whatever they are visiting Earth and have been, and we have craft and we got bodies. That has not been proven yet. No matter what people tell you, in my opinion, that has not been proven yet. That is not scientific fact. And we keep jumping over. People are trying to figure out what it is before they've even proven there is a thing to figure out what it is. Right? I mean, again, this is just my opinion. So I'm blown away by that. I'm blown away by these comments. Right? I'm just starting to put less and less weight on the president talking about it, the vice president, like these. I mean, yeah, they're commenting on it. They're giving their opinion. But again, they're letting you know how actually little they care about it. They would be dropping everything if they thought it was real. You don't think he would drop everything if he actually thought we had some stuff, right? It's just kind of a loosey-goosey fun thing to get into, and I get it. But people confuse that for, oh, he really believes, again, he's a Christian, right? Nothing against that. I'm not religious, but many people are in the world. He has a chance to prove that his religion is right and exists and is real because he thinks it's, right, demons, right? And he just doesn't do it. We say he may be afraid to find, yeah, okay, but if he thinks it's happening and he's afraid to go find out, then he's also admitting that they're just flying around and existing around him without doing anything about it, right? Sticking your head in the sand, essentially. So that doesn't make sense either, right? You can't escape the confrontation if you think it's real, right? Whether you look into it or not, if they're on here on Earth interacting with humanity, right? So it's just kind of an interesting, I don't know, his comments are just so interesting. And then for him to be like, well, people jump to these otherworldly things that they're alien, this and that. And, okay, you just said the same thing. What do you think God is? God is otherworldly, right? A higher power, right? Not human. So how do we even know aliens are different from God? What if all of Christianity has just been aliens the entire time? And that's what was written about in the Bible, right? Like, so I don't think he really knows what he's talking about. And neither do I, by the way, right? None of us do. That's kind of the point. And I just find it interesting, all the conversation online, that people are just so certain of facts. They're just, absolutely certain of things. I don't know what's going on. Could be aliens, could be demons, could be this, could be that, could be time travel, it could be non-dimensional. It could be, a hoax. It could be psyops. It could be just psychologically, you would expect humans, based on our consciousness and our lack of understanding of our consciousness, that we could create these things mentally, right? Just illusions. We're just confused. We can't interpret everything, right? So it could be possible we've been wrong this whole time across thousands of years, millions of people. That is a possibility. If you're going to tell me that, aliens visiting Earth, you got to be open-minded to that. Well, you need to be open-minded to it not being real, right? I'm open-minded to it all till we actually know. I don't know what's going on, but I question anyone who says they do. So again, he was just giving his opinion, and nothing wrong with that. We can all give our opinion on what we think the phenomena is. But again, he has a chance to potentially change his opinion from that, an opinion, to fact, and he's not doing it. And not rushing to do it either, right? And he's like, I got the information at the highest classified level. I mean, you're bragging about your access and what you could do to solve this, and you're just like laughing and not doing anything. That seems very strange to me. And I think it's right in front of our faces that they don't take this that seriously. Hence aliens.gov. Just goes to show it's kind of slightly a joke, I think, and just for entertainment purposes at the end of the day. So let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, Vetters, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.